6 standing exercises that build more core strength than planks after 45. Ditch stiff planks for 6 standing moves that build a stronger core and balance after 45. If you haven't been exercising regularly or at all, the thought of getting down on the floor for planks probably doesn't sound appealing. And here's the good news. You don't have to. Once you reach your mid-40s, a combination of core instability, reduced spinal mobility, weaker deep abdominal muscles, and stiffness through the hips and lower back often sets in. Years of sitting, stress, and inactive lifestyles all contribute to this. Traditional planks can be beneficial, but for many over 45 who are just starting or restarting their fitness journey, they are not the most effective way to strengthen the core because they rely heavily on shoulder and wrist strength, which can become limiting factors as we age. They are also static. They don't train the core to move, rotate, and stabilize the body through whole-life functional movements. Your core is not only your abdominal muscles, it includes your shoulders and hips too, which planks aren't great at targeting. Read on to discover 6 standing exercises that will build real core strength without getting on the floor, making everyday movements easier and safer. As a former elite athlete and co-founder of Studio Pilates International, I've taught over 50,000 classes and developed these exercises specifically for people who want effective results without the strain. Why standing exercises work better for your core. Standing core exercises are more effective for people over 45 because they train the core the way it's used in daily life, while moving, twisting, reaching, lifting. Engage more muscle groups at once: legs, glutes, postural muscles, and deep abdominals. Reduce pressure on the wrists, shoulders, and lower back. Improve balance and stability, which is crucial for longevity and preventing falls. Encourage better posture and breathing mechanics, 2 things that naturally decline with age. Standing Superman. Why it works better than planks. Trains core stability while the body is moving, just like walking, climbing stairs, or stepping off a curb. How to do it. Stand in a stride stance, holding onto a small ball of weight on the same side as your front leg. Simultaneously raise your back leg and arm with the weight up toward the ceiling. Common mistakes: letting go of the abdominals and arching your back. Modification: raise the arm only instead of the legs and arms. Scooter. Why it works better. Focuses on balance and stability of the whole body, including the legs. How to do it. Stand in a stride stance with the back leg on top of a small ball. Extend the back leg behind you, rolling the ball backwards. Bend the leg and bring the ball back into the starting position. Common mistakes: collapsing through the chest, letting the knees turn in. Modification: perform without the ball. Crab walking with a band. Why it's effective. Teaches you how to integrate the hip muscles to help keep you stable while standing. How to do it. Stand with feet wider than hips. Place a band loop around your ankles or thighs. Squat down slightly. Whilst holding this position, take several steps towards the left and then towards the right, back to your starting position. Stay in the squat position. Don't let yourself move up or down. Common mistakes: leaning side to side as you step, moving your upper body up and down. Modification: do without the band. Standing overhead triceps. Why it works better than planks. A very challenging exercise for the arms, but also requires good use of the abdominal muscles. How to do it. Stand tall. Grab a small weight with one hand and extend your arm directly above your head. Bend the elbow and lower the weight behind your head. Extend your elbow and straighten your arm back up above your head. Keep your abdominals engaged at all times. Common mistakes: shrugging the shoulders, arching the lower back. Modification: decrease the weight if it is too challenging. Reaching forward with a band. Why it works. This works the arms and all of the stabilizing muscles of your upper back. How to do it. Stand in the middle of a long band. Hold onto the ends of the band with your hands, and start off with your hands next to your hips. Reach forwards and up to shoulder height. Lower the hands back to your hips. Common mistakes: arching your back as you raise your hands. Modification: use a lighter band or a small weight. Resisted side bend. Why it works: adding resistance to side bending strengthens the obliques. How to do it: stand tall, holding onto a weight with one hand. Bend sideways, away from the hand that is holding onto the weight. Return back to the original standing position. Common mistakes: bending toward the hand with weight, bending the arms. Modification: use bands or cable for a different type of resistance. How to add these to your weekly routine: start with 2 to 3 days per week with 2 sets of 8 to 10 representatives per exercise. Choose resistances so that your last few repetitions are hard to complete. Focus on slow, controlled movement and core activation, not speed. After 2 weeks, progress to 3 sets, or add light hand weights or resistance bands. Pair these with Pilates, walking, light strength training for a complete program. Always prioritize quality of movement over quantity. What you can expect in 6 to 8 weeks. With consistency and correct technique, most people over 45 can expect noticeably better posture and spinal alignment, improved stability, especially when walking, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries, stronger deep core muscles and reduced lower back tension, better balance and confidence in everyday movement, a flatter, more supportive midsection, not just cosmetically, but functionally.